Tonight, you're going to open your fridge. You won't think about it. You'll grab something wrapped in plastic and eat it standing up. It will feel completely normal. But the real answer to what your body was built to eat is far stranger than anything in that fridge. Farming is only 12,000 years old. Modern humans have existed for 300,000 years. For over 95% of human history, nobody planted a seed and waited. Every calorie was hunted, gathered, or dug out of the ground. So what did people actually eat? Not what you've been told. Forget the cartoon caveman gnawing a mammoth leg. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham has spent decades studying early human diets, and his research points somewhere unexpected. Meat mattered, but it wasn't the daily staple people assume. The real backbone was plants, roots, tubers, nuts, tough, bitter things that took real effort to make edible. Anthropologist Frank Marlowe, who lived among the Hadza of Tanzania for years, documented that wild tubers made up a massive share of their calories, not steak. Roots you had to dig out with a stick for hours just to get a few hundred calories back. That's not a diet plan. That's a job. Meat was unreliable. A hunt could fail, and usually did. So the people who survived weren't the best hunters. They were the best generalists. The ones who could eat almost anything. Insects, shellfish, bone marrow scraped out after predators left the good meat behind. This is where your body starts to make sense. Ever wonder why you crave fat and sugar so intensely, even when you know better? That craving isn't a flaw. It's an inheritance. In a world where a ripe fruit might be the richest thing you'd see for days, craving it wasn't weakness. It was survival math. Your brain rewarded you instantly because tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. Now flip that forward 300,000 years. You live surrounded by vending machines and drive-thrus built to trigger that same ancient reward circuit. Your body still thinks calorie-dense food is rare. Your environment knows it isn't. But it's not just about fat and sugar. It's about variety. Ancient diets rotated through dozens of species a year. Modern diets often run on a handful of crops. Researcher Jeff Leach, who studied the gut microbiomes of the Hadza, found their bacterial diversity was dramatically higher than in industrialized guts. Fewer species inside you, less resilience. Some scientists now wonder if that shift quietly feeds modern digestive disorders. What if a sensitive stomach isn't about the food in front of you at all? What if it's about everything that food is missing? There's one more piece almost nobody expects. Cooking. Wrangham's best-known theory argues that cooking may be one of the most important events in human evolution. Cooked food delivers more energy for less digestive effort. That freed-up energy, in his theory, may have helped fuel the growth of a far more expensive organ. Your brain. Read that again. The reason you can sit here thinking about your own dinner choices might trace back to a campfire and a scorched root a few 100,000 years ago. Picture it. A small group at dusk, hands stained from digging roots all afternoon, someone cracking a bone for marrow because nothing could be wasted, children eating whatever the adults ate because there was no separate menu and the next meal wasn't guaranteed. Now think about your own kitchen. Food arriving from places you've never seen, grown by people you've never met, available in every season. An abundance ancient humans couldn't imagine. And yet, your cravings still spike the same way they did around that fire. Your gut still quietly misses the diversity it evolved for. You are not broken. You are ancient. Your body is still running code written for scarcity, doing its best to make sense of a world that no longer looks anything like the one that built it. So tonight, when you open that fridge, know what you're really looking at. Not just a snack. A conversation between a body built 300,000 years ago and a world that changed almost overnight. And somewhere underneath that quiet hum, a much older voice is still asking the same question it always has. Is this enough to survive on?
Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up.